You're watching Tech Founder Journey Episode 2. Hey, Daw-Chih here. Thanks so much for watching. Today we're going to be talking about products. More specifically, MVPs, minimum viable product. I'll be sharing my experience building a MVP for my startup, and how did I go about it, and what was my thinking behind. What comes to your mind when you hear MVP? Yeah, most of the people think about speed. I think speed is very important, but I think by focusing on the speed, you're actually missing out a lot of qualities that come with the speed. What do I mean by that? I think you need to have a purpose for your speed. So it's not like, oh, hey, I have a product idea, let's build, and then when it's ready to launch it, and customer will just come to you. In my experience, it's never been like that. The point is actually testing your assumptions every step of the way, so you know how your customer feels about your product, and how to improve it. Speed is not the most important thing to me. Iteration is the most important thing to me. So what does an iteration looks like? Of course, you can Google it and you'll see so many different definitions. But for me, what works the best is called design thinking. There are 6 steps in the design thinking process. I have my notes here. It's empathize, define, ideate, prototype, test, and implement. What I like about design thinking is that it's human-centric. It puts the need, the problem of your actual users at the center, and then you start iterating on solving their problems. So the process looks like this. You start by talking to your users, understanding their problems and pain points. Then you start defining what's the actual problem you want to address in your MVP. And then you ideate what could be your solution, what kind of features you want to build, and you prototype it. Your prototype doesn't need to be actual product. It could be a design wireframe, it could be animation, some kind of interactive presentation. And then you test it out with your users. After you test it out, getting the feedback, now you're ready to implement your first iteration. I really love design thinking because it really keeps me in check. Every time I want to build something, I make sure I only build one feature to test one assumption to a certain problem. And it's been very, very helpful. I was able to build my MVP in 2 weeks. And after 2 weeks, I just started inviting users to try my product. And they were able to give me feedback based on their experience. And I was able to use those feedback to start the iteration again. So this process has been really, really helpful for me. And I just love it. I was able to focus on learning. Learning about the users, learning about my assumptions, learning about my features. Are my features solve a problem? Are my features what users want? The feedback can be anything. It could be, hey, I don't like this button. Hey, your website is slow, or it could be anything. It could be anything that's unpleasant. But I think that's the key point of it. Every time you build something, you think it's awesome, and when it's in your users' hand, it's not so awesome. They will tell you, or you want to find the users who are willing to tell you what they think. And I think that's very important for me throughout this MVP phase. And I'm still building my MVP. And I think I was able to move fast, not because I focused on the speed itself. I was more focusing on iterating fast. So I built something, I test it out, and then I getting the feedback. I continue the process over and over. That's design thinking. That's how I built my MVP. But I think this process works better for softwares. You write code, you push it, you merge it, you ship it. There's a very limited cost to it, very cheap. So I think this process works especially well for softwares. So if you're a tech founder who's building software, then look into design thinking. I think it's a very, very good practice, and it's already originated from the design world. You can talk to your designers easily about this methodology and how you want to iterate on your product. You will create much more synergy with your designers. Sometimes I will be releasing something I feel very embarrassed about, but I think it's okay. The key point is to learn from your users. So sometimes you won't feel very comfortable releasing what you have, but if you think that this will prove a point, go ahead, release it, invite guest users to try it out. Being perfect is not the point. Learning from your users is the point. So that's I think that's what design thinking could really shine, and their feedback has been awesome. There are a lot of things I didn't expect. There are a lot of use cases that I wasn't even thinking about. I wasn't even aware, and those are insights. Those are the most important things to capture your user base. So I never treat the feedback lightly. If it wasn't for design thinking, I probably wasn't even aware of these problems right now, what my user really needs right now. I hope design thinking could really help you in your startup journey. If you're interested, just try it out and let me know what you think. That's it. Thanks for watching, and I will see you at Tech Founder Journey episode 3.